Hello，大家好，歡迎嚟到收睇 Kevin 遊戲電影頻道啊！入到 game 先啊！好嗱，今日講少少咩咧？嗱，我本來尋日咧係咪講咗話會講啲咩 8K 電視性嘅係嘛？今日咧轉一轉先，我想講我自己嗰部，我想講我自己嗰部電視機啊，因為我呢部電視機咧都算唔錯嘅，Q70A 4K 嚟嘅，三星，呢部65寸嚟嘅，就係我而家用嘅呢部咧。啲畫質啊、視覺啊、音效都唔錯嘅。音效佢有時咧睇翻你嗰場嗰啲每套戲嗰啲音效去勁唔勁咧，跟住都唔錯㗎。我呢部 Q70A 係啊，啲畫質性都幾好嘅。呢部機都唔平㗎。我呢部而家我呢部電視機啊 Q70A 係65寸嘅，嗰個視覺啊、性啊，完全都係冇乜問題嘅，不值多啊萬零蚊係咪？嗱，而家再講一講我呢部電視機個好處係乜啦？嗱，首先睇劇啦，睇劇佢啲畫質咧，有時如果睇啲科幻片係咪啲微粒嘅，啲爆炸碰撞嗰啲咧，完全真係哇，同戲院睇嘅差唔多，係爭咗啲音效，係爭少少啫。啊，睇先，嗱我講一講8K 嗰部電視啊，我今日直播唔會直播好耐嘅，而家3點幾啦晏晝。嗱，好似各位咧，你係咪有啲人有啲觀眾嘅位粉絲咧，想買啲比較勁嘅電視噶嘛？即係如果有啲換用家啊，或者觀眾咧，你哋如果 budget 多嘅話咧，有3萬幾4萬蚊到咧，我勸你咧就可以換定8K 電視先。點解咧？因為過多兩年個香港市場咧，嗰啲影視啊成嗰啲咧，都起碼會開始普及 4K 啦。即係而家荷里活嗰啲拍嗰啲戲咧，就用 4K 攝錄機拍攝嘅，係啦咁樣樣嘅。所以咧，你而家去戲院睇親嗰啲咧，都係 4K 嘅，4K 畫質嚟，一定係冇問題啦。呢啲最基本啦，係咪先？不過你話如果換 8K 電視，我當你3萬幾蚊買一部 8K 電視翻嚟，即係唔理咩牌子，你買翻嚟嘅話，跟住假設你如果睇串流平台嗰啲，梗係冇問題啦。串流平台嗰啲你由 4K 放到 8K 嘅，一定冇問題嘅，係咪先？即係假設如果你話想嗰個電視機音效好啲嘅，未再換部好啲咯，係啊先。即係而家 8K 電視機，而家嗱我呢部咧就舊少少嘅，我而家呢個款咧就係2021年款三星嘅啊 Q70A 唔錯嘅，我呢個款型都唔錯嘅。而家仲有一隻係同你講過啦，今年時嘅有 8K 嗰部 Milk LED 電視啊嘛，好勁噶嘛，係咪先？嗱，同埋加上嗱，即係而家我唔知你各位有冇用電視機打機啦。而家電視機打機咧，假設嗱，我當而家手機裏邊睇緊 YouTube 條片，可以放落去一邊打機一邊睇片嘅，係冇問題嘅。係啊，即係好似嗱，我屋企咧嗱，其實我屋企咧就有兩部電視機嘅。一部咧就普通入門 4K，另一部咧就而家依部打緊機呢部普通嗰部 4K 咧就係冇晶片嘅，就係純粹 4K 畫質嘅啫，係嘛？都係有啲 HDR 效果，不過唔係話啲畫面啊細緻度咁精緻。而家依部新依部咧 Q70A 咧，佢有一個 4K 高階嗰個智能處理器啊嘛，量子處理器啊嘛，佢可以將你啲畫質咧同埋你場景咧，即係即時 tune 到最靚效果嘅，即係最貼近，即係根本上我好似我尋日睇咗套戲咁樣，舊戲嚟嘅，睇完之後咧，同戲院睇嘢差唔多嘅啫，係啊，真係嗱，我今日就講住咁多先嗱，咁聽日我睇下會唔會直播啦，啊，再唔係嘅話，我睇下要等到星期一，星期一嘅。幾號咧？等我一陣啊！星期一17號啊，聽日我未必直播噶啦，同埋後日都未必直播噶啦，就要17號啊！17號我就會晏晝3點鐘後咧就會直播打機，就會講一講8K 電視啊。 8K 電視其他牌子嗰個價錢啊，即係假設用咗3萬蚊買咗部Sony 嘅勁嘅8K 電視係嘛，3萬幾蚊買一部 Sony 8K 電視好勁嘅，同埋你攞咗3萬零蚊買一部LG 啊或者三星嗰啲8K 電視，其實嗰個重要嘅分別喺邊咧？你哋用家係嗰個效果會唔會用得？最緊要你買部勁電視翻嚟，要用得晒啲功能啊！如果唔係咧，冇意思。就好似呢部電話咁樣，呢部電話咧你都要用得晒功能先至有用噶嘛。咁講住咁多先。咁我嚟緊就係會請支持我嘅 Kelvin 遊戲電影頻道。我聽日同埋後日都唔直播噶啦，我就會17號下晝3點鐘之後就會直播打機，分享睇下 4K 電視、8K 電視。你哋假設如果用2至3萬蚊咁上下嘅 budget，睇下買 Sony 啊、三星或者 LG 嘅電視嗰啲功能啊，你哋會唔會用得到？定係即係幫助你選購一部啱你心水嘅電視啦？講咗咁多先。好啦嗱，尋日咧就打咗一輪啦嚇，依技唔用住啦嘅，要學習。黃腦充血。嗱，呢技我唔用住啊，因為呢隻尋日打咗呢隻召喚傷。
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack. It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into town?
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best of they'll rip us out. Go on then.
咩買先？30、10。
Is that all?
Oh, the moon.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
What are you making them skies then?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe?
Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
好，又講解啦。
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
好啦，好啦，好啦。
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day, did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he?
Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Good morrow to you, my friend.
撳啲嘢
I
先
don't
啊！
believe you've read this particular chapter before. I have quite the find for you today. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. You are always welcome, Clive.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts? Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
先整整啲嘢先。好得閒㗎。
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a cashing out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
好啦。
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Quick look. Think you can help?
Back again? How may I help you today? Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
I can hardly lift my arms. The curses.
The injuries suffered by both your brother and the prince were bad enough. But that wound above Joshua's heart is unlike anything I've ever seen. Were he not a dominant, I fear he would have succumbed to it long ago.
The
injuries suffered by both your brother and the prince were bad enough. But that wound above Joshua's heart is unlike anything I've ever seen. Were he not a dominant, I fear he would have succumbed to it long ago.
How are you doing? Quick look.
Oh, 行呢度，睇下咩打先。有啲星王家啊嘛。
Isabel.
有冇嘢買先？
Do you see anything you like?
而家要幫人解決問題。
And a fine, fine day to you.
That'll feel good, boy.
Get it, boy.
好啦。
You call that cold? The whole catch is...
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the...
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oregon.
好啦，而家解決個問題先啊。
I can't do it.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
A Kashik, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Four left for more on the captain's orders.
My brandy's been fucking useless since the skies went dark. I tried the lash, but the piece of shit can hardly spark a gleam, let alone fire my furnace.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been
Hula,
surrounded by
hula.
those things.
Leila.
We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
嗱，而家我咧個任務咧就係幫佢哋解決啲問題先啊，因為咧對上我咪琴日直播咗條片嘅，直播唔晒嘅，嗰時手屈機啊嘛，跟住咧就而家咧就嗰個最後嗰個咩boss 啊，嗰隻魔獸啊，就整到個天空咧混亂啊
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Oh, 等先啦。
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
But my family. They're still in the capital.
It's all right. Give me your arm.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now.
我去呢度。
We should head for more.
I assume you have a plan?
We need to find out what we're facing. The captain lost his head because he never stopped to use it. Reman the towers and fortify the walls. We
might just stand a chance.
It was all they could do to escape.
Come on.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
Soil and stone! Stay down!
Yeah.
To me, boy. To me, boy. I'm hurt, Togo. Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Togo. Help me, boy. Help me, boy. Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Togo. To me, boy.
哇！呢隻難怪都幾難打嘅喎。換一換招先啦。
You think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing, and the people I love, include the one standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not, but it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive. Philippe will make a good captain. He reminds me a little of you, Clive, but without all the mocks and mows.
我換一換招先啊！我唔知咁先唔搞住。哇！咩事喺度？
Sid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the band.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill.
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just...
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was it would have left to smolder.
My thoughts exactly. Both sides wish to protect...
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe. While it's plain, it may still be possible before...
And that would be?
To pool our resources.
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay...
As you wish.
Oh.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
Victory, Conrad. Ah, hey, Conrad.
A pleasure, my lady.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says that there aren't any men left to hire.
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one were... You know of the 7 high houses. Granted, we have a few boys left.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest that a band of beardless youths could bet?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards.
I can't believe that, actually.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I...
A shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce...
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's...
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war...
Indeed, it is only a matter.
It is worse than I thought. And which means that now, if our humble town is to endure not only this hardship...
All right. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you. She saw... I didn't say... Now, my skin...
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I have no choice but to do what little
I don't know.
can to defend what
Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, both Conrad and with time.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the all of them.
You're not
They don't just want food.
I have a favor. I'm told the bandit very well.
好嚟啦嚟啦！
The rest, my mistakes, I can see.
That is a lot of...
Then it will be for us.
I thought you might.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us. Give me!
哇！真係
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear
搞
any
掂
fighting.
搞掂。
What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well up.
Without you, you saved us, Conrad. You saved Al.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better.
I'll take that as a compliment.
去埋呢一度，去埋呢一度。
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive.
Otto said you'd been attacked.
Those skies are what happened. Not long after there were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only the rest are still...
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha said?
More.
好啦，要去嗰度啦。
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you? The barricades we've set up around the town won't hold the Akashic back for long. Might buy us a few moments to say our last farewells, though.
Clive, wounded.
Why?
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves.
When did Wade...
Not long after all, they were making ready to...
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they've got...
Damn it all!
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here.
I will. You two be safe now.
What are you after? There you go. Very well.
My brothers. Are they?
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about...
救返佢哋先。
Oscar. Sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
哇，勁啊！呢隻嘢。
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Oh yeah. 搞掂。
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
The lookout saw smoke coming from down East Pool.
A second horde.
Feel like finish?
Always.
Jill and I will make for East Pool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about that.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Mad dogs.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Just patch me up as quick as you...
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your I am Oscar.
Murdoch.
Oh, he didn't.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If I would learn the...
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar. But I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one of my men escort Oscar to Benimir once he's said his farewells.
I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You... or my uncle.
我翻返去先啊。差唔多直播完畢啦。
A youth claiming kindred with your old commander arrived earlier this morning. Well spoken he was.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
好啦，睇到細佬嚟啊！
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. It is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua!
Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
You know how I feel about this, but your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to think it runs in the family.
What will it be today?
Allow me to educate you.
等下先啊。
Very good.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
好啦，各位，我嘅直播啊，我嘅直播去到呢度先啦。多謝支持 Kelvin 電影遊戲頻道。星期一晏晝3點鐘之前直播，講講8K 電視機、Sony、三星同埋其他牌子。你當係個 budget 要2-3萬嘅話，睇下買啲咩心水俾你分享俾你哋聽。好多謝支持先，拜拜。